Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening and learning, and to the Bayash Shadabadat, the house of David. This is Men of Valor, Las Vegas Camp. I'm Ayah Shetad.
I'm Cologne.
Coming to you through the will and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as you speckled birds whose father's line goes back, you are the true children of Israel. All right, salvation belongeth unto you and you alone. First and foremost, to the elect of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's household, the Bayashidabadad, the house of David, start with the 144,000 elect men, then the multitude of the men, women, and children who believe upon the testimony. All right, and we have a quick lesson for you today, going into lineage and to heritage. All right, as you see on the screen, you see Blake Griffin, all right, which his father is a so-called Negro, all right, and as you see him, if he had his hair shaved down a little bit, he could possibly go for white passing, all right, but as you see his son, if you didn't see his father next to him, all right, there would be no question, you would think he was a little white child, all right, so, hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's heritage is unto him as a speckled bird, as we're about to pull out, all right, so those people who you think may look like one other nation, may not look like the nation of Israel, very well could be an Israelite. All right? And after this way that we have lived in, and these captivities, we have learned the heritage, or Salaki, we have learned the customs of the heathen. All right? We live after the way, so it doesn't help any for the worldly eye. All right? You're trying to discern if somebody is an Israelite. You believe this is a color-based thing.
Yeah.
All right? It has nothing to do with your color. It has to do with your lineage, your bloodline. All right? So as we get into these scriptures and into the lesson, and the scriptures we're about to pull out, yet will prove, all right, talking about these things that we just brought up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into it.
This is Jeremiah 12:9. It says, "My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour."
Right. So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai said his heritage is unto him as a speckled bird. All right. Being that heritage is important. All right. So if it wasn't important, why would Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai say and point it out? All right. I'll read it in the in KJV, or the NLT, and it reads, "My chosen people act like speckled vultures." All right, but they themselves are surrounded by vultures. All right, so you're surrounded by vultures, and you're a speckled, and you act as a speckled vulture. All right, here it is. You're mixed amongst the nations. You look like the other nations, but you just don't quite fit in.
But you're taken under the customs because you believe you are that nation.
Right. You believe that you're of those nations, all right, because this is what you've been taught. This is what you've been told. You've lived in their lands. You've lived in captivity long enough, but yet, continuing on, and it continues to say, bring on the wild animals to pick their corpses clean, all right? And this is because, you don't quite fit in yet again. All right, and matter of fact, can you read one down in the KJV?
Yeah. This is Jeremiah 12:10. It says, "My pastors have destroyed my vineyard. They have trodden my portion underfoot. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness."
All right, a desolate wilderness. All right, so Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is telling you exactly what happened. He's telling you what happened unto his heritage. He's telling you that this place, has destroyed you. All right? It says, once again, let's read that in the NLT. Go ahead and get it in the NLT.
Right here. Oh, I got you. Jeremiah 12:10 in the NLT, it says, "Many rulers have ravished my vineyard, trampling down the vines and turning all its beauty into barren wilderness.
God.
Shit.
So Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, once again, I'll read it in the KJV, and it reads, "My many rulers have destroyed my vineyard. They have trodden my portion underfoot." All right? They have trodden the portion of the nation of Israel underfoot. They have destroyed the nation of Israel. They have destroyed Yahweh Shem Yahushai, his people, in these different captivity. All right? Hey, through philosophy, through policy, all right? Through the deceit, all right? Continuing on, they have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness, all right? It has made us to forget Yahweh Shem Yahushai's name, to forget the laws, statutes, and commandments that were given unto the nation of Israel, to forget what are essentially our heritage, all right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai said he would take his name, not knowing his name. Hey, if we don't know the Father's name, how can you know your lineage? How can you know where you come from? All right? That's the least you could do is find out his name to understand, oh, okay, this man's my father. Let me start checking the DNA. Let me check the test. All right? Then that test check is learning the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right? Because what does the scripture say? Hey, Yahweh Shem Yahushai's name is dreadful unto the heathen.
So the heathens,
all right,
don't even want to say it. I always think of like Mufasa.
All right, you know? Exactly.
Yeah.
So they don't want to. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to see it. They don't want to acknowledge it. All right. But yet, if you belong to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, you're of his lineage. Even if you deny his name, you still in a way acknowledge the name. All right, you're just denying the power of the name. All right, because you believe on a false idol. You believe in these fairy tale stories of one love. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the one love for the nation of Israel. He has one love. You're right, one love for his people. He said not all people.
Yeah, he said that in Deuteronomy 7:6 that they are particular chosen, right?
A particular treasure unto him,
unto himself. So that to me sounds like he chose something that was favorable for him and only for him, and that's it, nothing else.
Right. Matter of fact, going to that word heritage right quick.
I got you. This is my heritage in the blue letter, H5159.
And I'll actually go there. Let me meet you there right quick so I can pull it up on the screen. Salakia. All right.
This possession, property, inheritance. What's that?
Heritage.
Yeah. You said heritage.
Right. So here it is. Yahweh Shem Yahushai says we are his possession, his property, his inheritance, and his heritage. All right. This is what he has given unto us. We are his property. All right. His portion, his share. All right. We are the share of the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that he has measured really unto earthly vessels. All right. The spirit in the Israelites is the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. And Yahweh Bashem Yahushai cannot dwell in wickedness, only dwell in righteousness. All right, so the wickedness that is in the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as the speckled birds whose father's line goes back, has to be purged out. That's why 2/3 of the nation of Israel, here on the shores of Babylon the Great, and the rest around the world, will be cleansed. All right? You will either definitely here on the shores of Babylon the Great, thermonuclear fire, ICBMs. All right? You will reap that lake of fire. All right? If you have not the blessing of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, if you do not obtain mercy and grace and was predestinated from the foundations of the earth. Okay? This is not a maybe. This is a for sure thing.
It's guaranteed.
All right? So Yahweh Shem Yahushai is letting you know. All right? Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and get to the root of the word.
Yeah. It's to get the root, H5157, Nahal. I know I pronounced that wrong.
Nakal.
Yeah.
I'll push it.
Strong's H, 5157. Nachal.
How?
Nachal.
All
But
right.
it's to get as a possession, acquire, inherit, possession. Possess, Salaki. To take possession, inherit, to have or to get as a possession or property. To divide the land for a possession, to acquire testimonies, to divide for a possession, to possess oneself of, to give as a possession, to cause to inherit, give as an inheritance.
Right. So what did Yahweh Shem Shai give us as an inheritance? The testimony, the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. The gospel, the good news. All right. He says, you are my witnesses. To be a witness is to what? Is to give testimony. All right. How can you testify for someone if you weren't a witness?
You don't get
Right.
it.
You can't be a witness if you can't testify. All right. You can't give a testimony. What are you going to say? Yeah, I heard about it, so I was a witness to it. No.
I wasn't there.
You weren't even in the scene. You weren't there. All right. The thing is that you know why these devils love blood, because it tells the story.
Yeah.
All right. It tells the story, and they know who we are.
And
That's why they try to bathe in it.
And they know who it links up to.
Right.
They know that's our power, you know?
Right. Proverbial blood. All right. Quote unquote. Yeah. All right. So, hey, they know where the power lies. Okay. They seek after the things that are against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. Ultimately, because they were made to be the wicked and adverse to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Okay.
All right.
A dishonor.
Exactly. A vessel unto dishonor. All right. So let's go ahead.
Galatians?
Yeah. And get Galatians.
I'm there.
And I'm going to go ahead and pull it up here
Oh, okay. Yep.
just to
You want me
follow
read-
along.
You want me to read 28 through 29?
Yeah, you can read 28 through to 29. Salakia. I got tongue twisted.
I'm saying it NLT.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is Galatians 3 and verse 28. It says,
Read 26, Salakia.
let's start at 26. It's Galatians 3 and 26. It says, for ye are all the children of the Most High by faith in Yahweh Shai and Mashiach.
Right. It says, for ye are all the children of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Now, it says, ye all are the children. What all? Okay. All the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, as well as the speckled birds whose father's line goes back. All right. You are all the children of the Most High. All right. He has no other children.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Which he said he was the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he said, I'm the God of the world. But if you're going to say world, it will be that world of Israel, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right.
Those are all the children he speak of. That line, that lineage from Abraham to Isaac, and Isaac begotten, well, it was Esau and Jacob, but Jacob was the chosen vessel. The 12 tribes of Israel, from Judah all the way down to Issachar.
Right.
Those children.
Matter of fact, he tells you in the book of Romans. Grab that in the book of Romans 9.
Okay.
All right.
My kinsman. I'm going to start at verse 3.
And Salakia. I got it here also before he pulls it. This is in the interlinear. All right. And let me go back because I did already pull it up. I'm going into the word, the children. All right. And it is G 5207. G 5207.
Strong's G, 5207. We us.
Weas. It says a son, rarely used for a young animals, generally used for the offspring of men. All right, generally used for the offspring of men in a restricted sense, the male offspring, one born by a father and of a mother, in a in a wider sense, a descendant, one of the posterity.
You got that one.
Posterity of any one. The children of Israel.
What'd that say?
The children of Israel.
I think one more time.
The children of Israel. All right?
Yeah.
And it says sons of Abraham.
So
All right? So, yes, the sons of Abraham. Abraham was the father of many nations, right? As the scripture says. But that's why the brother is pulling Romans chapter 9 right now.
This is Romans 9, verses 3. It says, "For I could have wished that myself was accused,
Was a curse.
accursed, the water, from the Mashiach, from my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites."
Who are what?
Israelites.
One more time.
Israelites.
Who are Israelites? Who are Israelites? Go ahead.
To whom pertain the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the service of the Most High and the promises.
Right. So all that was given unto who?
Israel.
All right.
Israelites.
Now Yahweh Shem Yahushai goes further and says, I believe if you drop down, he said it's not in the seed of Abraham
It's
lies the
from
promise.
Isaac. Yeah. So verse 7, this is Romans 9 and 7 jumping down. It says, "Neither because thou art the seed of Abraham are the Salaki, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are all they children, but in Isaac shall the seed be called."
Right. All right. So once again, it says sons of Abraham, because understand that Abraham is father of many nations.
And it said the seed of Abraham.
All right. And it said sons of Abraham. Then it said the seed of Abraham. All right. Now that seed of Abraham was who? That promise, it told you, lies in Isaac, because Ishmael, guess, was Abraham's son. All right. But the promise lied in Isaac. Okay. The promise lied in Isaac. Same thing as Esau and Jacob. All right. Where Jacob's surname was changed to Israel. All right.
Yasharallah.
Yasharallah.
Yeah, Yasharallah.
All right. That Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, has allowed you to have the ears to hear and the eyes to see. You can understand that it is the nation of Israel. It says the children of Israel. All right. It specifies this point throughout the scriptures. Okay.
It made it very clear too, as well. I don't know how you keep getting caught up and thinking it's still everybody else, where it specifically says constantly over and over and over the seed of the children of Israel, the children of Israel. He's the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Jacob's surname was changed to Israel. So that's the children of he's speaking of.
God.
He ain't speaking about nobody else.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and go back to Galatians. This is Galatians chapter 3 and verse 27, and it reads, "For as many of you as have been baptized into Hamashiach have put on Hamashiach." All right? As many of you who have been baptized, and it's truly only the Israelites, all right, as the brother read in Romans, who received the blessing, the adoption, all right, the laws, statutes, and commandments. No other nation can receive. They can hear. They can carnally hear, but they can't receive the blessing. It's not for them. Okay? They can't receive the way that these other nations will get blessed will be by doing what they're supposed to do under the nation of Israel, as they're told to do.
And you'll see that in Proverbs 29 and 2.
Right. All right. So this is their portion, and this is their blessing, to have a righteous line of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's people to follow after. All right. To live to the best of their ability to please Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to please the Israelites. All right. We look to please the Heavenly Father. These other nations will look to please us. All right. Because we are representatives of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai.
Okay.
All right. Lord willing, we be those men. All right. Going to verse 28, and it reads, "There is neither Jew nor Greek is neither born nor free." It's like another, nor bond nor free. There is neither male or female, for ye are all one in Hamashiach Yahushai. All right? Yeah, you can get the pre and I'll pull the NLT.
This is the pre. You want to hit the NLT first and then
Yeah, I'll get the NLT.
Yeah, and then it'll flow better.
The NLT reads, there is no longer Jew or Greek slave, a free male and free female. You are all one in Hamashiach Yahushai. All right. So this is, and we're going to get further into this Jew and Greek. All right. Because if you research and you understand, this is in the Hellenistic time period. Okay. Where this time period is where we kept the customs as we keep today in Babylon the Great, these so-called holidays. All right. Halloween you got coming up, Valentine's Day, Christmas, Kilgivens, New Year's. All right. You have all these, and these are all idolatrous. All right. You're giving energy to false idols and performing abominable ceremonies. All right? You got it.
This is Romans 3:29, which is letting you know that these Jews and Gentiles is speaking of Israel. Right? I'm sorry, verse 29 says, is he the God of the Jews only? Is he not also of the Gentiles? Yes, of the Gentiles also. Seeing it is one power which shall justify the circumcision by faith and uncircumcision through faith. And I'm going to read it here in the NLT. It says, after all, is God the God of the Jews only? Isn't he also the God of the Gentiles? Of course he is. It says, it let you know right there. These Gentiles is speaking of is the Israelites.
Right.
Know?
And we got to get further in that so we can yet prove it. All right. Matter of fact, go into that word Gentiles in there.
Okay.
I believe it says it in there.
This is G1484 ethnos, which means it says a multitude, whether of man of a beast,
Associated.
Oh shit. Associated of living together, a company, troop, swarm. Yes. It's lucky. A tribe, nation, people group.
A tribe, nation, people group. All right. That tribe and that nation, all right, is the nation of Israel. That people group. All right. But we are a nation. We are a tribe. All right. And multiple tribes, the 12 tribes of Israel, make up one nation.
And it goes more right here. It says, Paul used the term for Gentile Christians.
For Gentile Christians. All right. Only followers of Hamashiach. All right. Hey, nobody can truly be a Christian that is not after the lineage of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. All right. So once again, let me read the scripture. The book of Galatians, chapter 3 and verse 28. And it reads, there is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female. For ye are all one in Hamashiach Yahushai. All right. And let's go ahead and get the details of that Greek. All right. Because once again, it was in this Hellenistic time period. Okay. And it says in the interlinear, all right.
Strong's G 1672, Helene.
Helene, and it reads, a Greek, either by nationality, whether a native of a main land or of Greek inland islands or colonies. All right. So whether you lived in the land or whether you were born of the lineage of the nation, all right, it gives you the difference. All right. It says in a wider sense, the name embraces all nations, not Jews that made the language, customs, and learning the Greeks their own, they primarily reference is to a difference of religion and worship. All right. So here it is. It separated the Jews, all right, from the Greeks. All right. Because the people aren't the same. But due to certain laws and decrees at that time, they were no longer to call themselves Jews. They were no longer allowed to call themselves after their lineage.
Yeah,
all right.
Coming the custom of where they were captured.
Right. They had to come into the recognition. All right. We're under this man's rule. All right. We have to do as they say. Okay. And brother's going to pull up here. And what is that time period?
It's going to be. That's lucky. Let me go back. It's 323 BC, 32 BC.
All right.
Time period.
And this was a time period where Alexander the Great, Alexander the Creep, had dominated. All right. He had took over the world, the known world at that time. All right. Within 12 years, he made his run. All right. Conquering the world. All right. You got it.
This is what it means for
Hellenization.
Hellenization or Hellenism refers to the spread of Greek culture that had begun after the conquest of Alexander the Great in the 4th century BCE. One must think of the development of the Eastern Mediterranean really in two major phases. And what was the effect for the Jews? For many Jews, it seemed not to be a problem at all. There was a high degree of comfort or exhilaration. Acculturization. Sorry, tongue twister for me. With many aspects of Greek life and thought, just as we see in major Jewish communities in Egypt at this same time as well, and had been there for 200 years before.
Right, so they learned the customs and the ways.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just as Jake in America learned the customs and the ways. Here it was, once upon a time, your pappy's pappy was a slave. All right, you knew not to walk on the same side of the street as a white man and to look down at the ground. But now, hey, through the time period, now you can look him in his eye and even address him.
I'm a proud American.
Right, in any way. You think you're on the same level.
Mm-hmm.
All right, goes to show you throughout the ages and throughout time periods, certain things change. All right, the only thing that changes not is Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right, he said, I'm not a power that lies. And he said, I change not.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there is no need for him to change. He is perfect. He is all omnipotent. He knows everything, knows all, set all, does all, and doesn't care what you think. Okay? His ways are just and they're true. All right, you got it.
So for some, it's probably might no more than what it would be like to live in a modern city with a very mixed culture. For others, however, for other people in the Jewish tradition, it's possible for more of the problem that Herod, supposedly a Jewish king, would have been so willing to turn himself over as it were the Roman religion interest and Roman imperial ideology.
God.
Ideology.
So this is what the Hellenization time period involved. All right, the ideology. All right, the fashion of making everybody submit to their will, as the devil tries to do now. All right, you have to live after the American scheme. The American dream. All right. This is what they're telling you. You've been indoctrinated. All right, you've been indoctrinated to believe that you are a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or Seminole Indian. These are nothing but bywords that this world has given and placed on you. All right, they stripped your heritage from you. That's why the Willie Lynch manual, all right, the Jim Crow laws, all right, all these things, the redlining and everything has been there to hinder you, all right, and to help you, to help your transition from being a free man, being a sovereign, into being a nice little captive, all right, envying your oppressor, all right. We have all fell subject to the supremacy of the real Redskins, as the brother Colum loves to call them. All right, we have fell to his supremacy. All right, and it's ultimately because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has put him up, all right, to be that whipping stick. All right, he had to be brought high so we could be brought low. All right, and know what it is, to go against our power. All right, this is the birds around about devouring the nation of Israel. All right, by the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for our disobedience and our disrespect. Okay? Let's lock in.
Verse 29.
Yep.
Want to get it?
28.
Yeah, you want to read 28
Yep.
again? Galatians 3 and 28, it says, there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male or female, for ye are all one in the Mashiach Yahushai. And if ye be the Mashiach, then are ye Abraham's seed and heirs according to the promise?
Right. So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai says, hey, are you not Abraham's seed? All right. Abraham's seed was called who? Isaac. All right. Isaac. That's his seed. Yes. Here it is. And you know that because, hey, what did Abraham do to Ishmael? He said, go.
Send him on his way?
Send him on his way. He's going to be a great nation, but he's not the chosen. All right? So Yahweh Bashem Yahushai made a difference. He has made a difference between Ishmael. He has made a difference between Isaac. He has made a difference between Jacob. He has made a difference between Esau.
Mm-hmm.
All right? Matter of fact, can you go to Romans and then we'll go ahead and close out after that.
You want to go back to Romans?
Yeah, for Jacob have I loved.
Yep.
Neither being born.
This is, we're going to start Romans 9.
Excuse me. You got it.
You want me to start at 11 or 10?
You can start, start at 11.
Come on. Romans 9 and 11 says, for the children not being yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh, the Most High, according to the election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
All right, and we know who that is. The elder shall serve the younger. That's Jacob and Esau.
Mm-hmm.
All right, two manner of nations shall be in thy womb. All right, that was told unto her. All right, you got it.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Right, and here they are. They were after the same father and same mother. All right, Isaac begot Jacob. All right, in the seed of Isaac, there lies the promise. All right, he said, "For I have loved Jacob and hated Esau."
Yeah, he rejected him.
All right, so yes, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai rejects, and he rejected Esau, Edom. All right, but yet the lineage of the Hellenization of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Seminole Indian man in this day, man, woman, and child in this day and in times past, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is still going for his heritage. He says, I will seek throughout the four corners of the earth. I will bring them. Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and get that. That'll be the closeout script. All right. I will seek the four corners of the earth. All right.
This is Isaiah 11 and 12. It says, and he shall set up an ensign of the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
Right, because Judah was the tent to be woken up first, the so-called Negro. All right, the so-called the southern kingdom consist of the so-called Negro, so-called Jamaican, and so-called Haitian.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yahweh Shem Yahushai said, I will wake up the tents of Judah first, being the so-called American Negro. All right. Hey, to receive this message, the Southern Kingdom will receive this gospel first. All right. As the head tribe Judah, all right, receiving it first because they are the head of the nation. All right. Which the tribe is the tribe that Yahweh Shai came out of. Okay. But yet goes to testify yet again for the nation of Israel. All right.
This is Jeremiah 32 and 37. It says, Behold, I will gather them out of all the countries, whether I have driven them in my anger, and in my fury, and in my great wrath. And I will bring them again into the place, and I will cause them to dwell safely.
Right. Yahweh Shem Yahushai said he will gather his nation from all the places that he have driven us. All right. And that is throughout multiple captivities. All right. From the captivities where you once upon a time called yourself a Jew. Or a Greek.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll read one down.
All right. So Yahweh Shem Yahushai, where you called yourself Chinese, Japanese, Cantonese. All right. You're these bywords that are put on you. All right. When your bloodline belongs to a so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, or Seminole Indian, which your heritage goes back to, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, all right, Asher, Zebulun, all right, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Issachar, all right. Benjamin, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has his lineage, all right, in the 12 tribes of Israel. That is the lineage of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You got it.
Okay, I just lost it. Salaki, let me get back. Verse 38 says, And they shall be my people, and I will be their power. And that sums it up. To let you know that, his people, like we were saying earlier, his children is, Israel. Like the brother just named from Judah all the way down to Issachar. He said he's their power. The power of Israel.
And no other. All right. He has stated no other.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For all the families of the earth, I have known you. All right, Israel. So understand, the heritage and the blessing that was given unto us. All right. So Lord willing, this was an edifying, uplifting lesson. We want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and to the Baisha Davidat, the house of David. To the next time, it's men of valor saying Shalom, Kwame Yasharala, Wa Abal Babal, Shalom.